Muchas gracias, amigo. Yeah, yeah. On to you. Can you just take out some of the high on the guitar? A little more low end? Thanks. I've been hanging out of town, Lord, in that low down rain. Watching good time Charlie Friends is driving me insane. Up on shady Charlotte Street, Lord, the green lights look red. I wish I was back home on the farm, Lord, in my feather bed. I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose these thin dime hard time hell on Church Street blues. I found myself a picker friend that read yesterday's news, folded up page 21 and stuck it in my shoes, gave me a nickel to the poor, my good turn for the day, folded up my old billfold and threw it far away. I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose these thin dime hard time hell on Church Street blues. I wish I had some guitar strings, the old Black Diamond brand. I'd string up this old guitar and go and join a band. I guess I'm gonna stay right here and pick and sing a while, and try and make me a little change and give them folks a smile. I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose these thin dime hard time hell on Church Street blues. Thanks, everybody. How's it going? I'm doing all right too, so that makes all of us. This is my favorite gig of the year. This right here. Something about it. Top down, and all the boys stare with the scent of a magazine and your wind-blown hair. And I could have tried to get deeper inside, but I sat there alone. I slowly got fried. Hope it's only pretend that this is the end. I got piles of old pictures, got your clothes on my racks. You could keep most of the records, leave me the Motown and the stacks. Leave me the Motown and the stacks. I broke down in Memphis and I missed you so bad. Felt like a fifth wheel. I smile when I'm sad. All of the whiskey in the world couldn't stop my heart from beating. I spun like a top. Hope it's only pretend that this is the end. I got piles of old pictures, got your clothes on my racks. You could keep most of the records, leave me the Motown and the stacks. Leave me the Motown and the stacks. Screw these damn cell phones, give me cancer in my head. This genetic chicken makes me feel like I'm dead. We could argue for hours and miles in the night, till I just pass out in the fluorescent light. Hope it's only pretend that this is the end. I got piles of old pictures, got your clothes on my racks. You could keep most of the vinyl, leave me the Motown and the stacks. I got piles of old memories of you and me down by the tracks. You could keep most of the records, leave me the Motown and the stacks. Leave me the Motown and the stacks. The drag about that song is, after I wrote it and they put it on all the digital platforms like Spotify and iTunes, Apple Music, it got punched in as Stay. It's Stax, like Stax Volt Records in Memphis. So the title is STAX, but somebody typed it in STAY, and for years I've tried to get them to change it, and nobody could get it changed. So people a lot of times go, dude, I like that song Stax, bro, but why didn't you put it online? I go, it's called Stay. And they go, why would you call it that? And I was like, I didn't do it. And this is the first time I've actually been able to get it off my chest. Won't you let me walk you home from school? Won't you let me take you to the blue? Maybe Friday I can get tickets for the dance, and I'll take you. Ooh. Won't you tell your dad, get off my back? Tell him what we said about painted black. Rock and roll is here to stay. Come inside where it's okay, and I'll shake you. Ooh. Won't you tell me what you're thinking of? Would you be an outlaw for my love? If it's no, then let me know. If it's so, then let me go. I won't make you. That's my favorite Big Star song. Since I was just mentioning Memphis, at the time I was talking to you, my other part of my mind was going, Memphis, isn't there a cool band from Memphis? And I went, oh yeah, Big Star, Alex Chilton. Alex Chilton, holy shit, Big Star. That follows Leave Me the Motown Stacks. So then right away, the DJ in my head was like, "Do-do-do-do-do. You should play 13, which is the name of the song by Big Star. And so I was able to do it. And then, well, I was just telling you this right now in real time. What happened in my head was Alex Chilton was in Big Star, and Paul Westerberg, who was in the Replacements, wrote a song about Alex Chilton. So that got me thinking about the Replacements and this song by the Replacements. You take the skyway high above the busy little one-way. In my stupid hat and gloves at night I lie awake, wondering if I'll sleep, wondering if we'll meet out in the street beneath the skyway. 'Cause it don't move at all like a subway. It's got bums when it's cold like any other place. It's warm up inside, sitting down and waiting for a ride beneath the skyway. Mm-hmm. I saw you walking down that little one-way, where the place I catch my ride most every day. There wasn't a damn thing I could say beneath the skyway, 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 skyway. Man, I didn't even remember that I knew that song, so that I went to Clam Harbor on the first chord passage going second, but it was once bitten, twice shy. I figured it out because it hurt. My timer's going off on my phone. Sorry. As we say in Canada, sorry. Yeah, that means it's time to start the set. That's why I had my timer set, so it would go off in case I was somewhere here. So what'd you think of the sound check?
More sound check.
More sound check. Okay. Here it goes. Let's see. Here's a song I wrote, maybe. I've been thinking on what I'm supposed to do this week. I have no excuses for missing a whole day's work week. I play for my tardiness. I'd like to do more, but it seems that I do less. Maybe I'm mentally stuck, or maybe I just don't give up. I must have got hit by a truck, run over by a puck. Seems I'm out of luck, must be thunderstruck. I used to have fucks to outlive, but I became combative. Now it's determinative. I have no fucks left to give. I've been out drinking, all of my superiors. I have no excuses. Okay, wait. I've been hanging in front of strange liquor stores. I've been drinking out all of my superiors. I have no excuses for my tardiness. I'd like to do more, but it seems that I do less. Someone just called me a schmuck, and maybe I just don't give off. Well, I must have got hit by a truck, run over by a puck. Seems I'm thunderstruck, guess I'm out of luck. I used to have fucks to outlive, but I became combative. Now it's determinative. I have no fucks left to. And there might be a third verse even. There could be a third verse, Garrett. I think that there is a third verse, and it's a good one too. One day you'll get to hear it. Just not today, unfortunately. I wish that I could do that, but no. How's this song start? What? Oh yeah. The water is poisonous. The government's treasonous. There's chemtrails in the sky and we're all breathing it. So Andy Frasco came over to my house. And he goes, let's write a song. And so I immediately grabbed the guitar, and then I started doing that. So pretend that you're Andy, so you're on my couch in Nashville, and I just go. And then I was like, let's go to the A, and then the C to the D. Okay, and Andy was just looking at me, and then I go, the border is porous. No. How's it start? Oh yeah, the water is poisonous. The government's treasonous. There's chemtrails in the sky, and we're all breathing it. And then Andy looks at me and he goes, the border is porous. The billionaires bore us. They're burning down the trees to build a new forest. Yeah, the crabs in the pot will try to pull you down, and the folks you thought were friends can't stop to bum you around. But the gears all work together if they're greasy. But if you let it be, life is easy. At that moment, me and Andy looked at each other, and he leaned over and he kissed me on the lips. He goes, how do you do it? And I go, I don't know, I just can't remember. So he goes, start a second verse. And the second verse goes like this. Oh yeah. The heat is horrible. The poison's pourable. They got depression on demand, and now it's storable. The pinball's tilty. The judge is guilty. Everything I ever loved's now trying to kill me. Yeah, the crabs in the pot will try to pull you down, and the folks you thought were friends can't stop to bomb you around. But the gears all work together if they're greasy. But if you let it be, life is easy. And then Andy goes to me, let's write a bridge for it. And I go, okay, I'll go to this cool diminished chord, and it'll sound so weird, words will just spout out of me. And this is the chord I went to. The TV says the bombs are gonna fall. Everybody run for cover from it all. Then we needed something to say there, and I went, there's this one special I love by this guy who's a comedian named Bill Hicks. You ever heard of him? And Andy goes, oh, I've heard of Bill Hicks. I go, well, he does this bit where he's sitting in his house, and he goes, I turn on the TV, and all I see is bombs, death, destruction, hatred, bombs, death, destruction. He goes, then I look out my window, and the birds are just like, and the sun's out there. He goes, then I turn back on the TV, bombs, death, destruction. He goes, I turn it up, and I start going, and I go, let's do that. And Andy goes, how? And I go, by going to a diminished chord. Check it out. We can make it happen. He goes, show me. And I go, the TV says the bombs are gonna fall. Louder guitar. Everybody run for cover from it all. Then I walk outside and the birds are singing songs. There's bullies teasing us, no one's pleasing us. They're lighting up the grill and trying to season us, and we're all eating up the shit they're feeding us. They're selling us the blood, but they're all bleeding us. Can I get more guitar? Yeah, the crabs in the pot, they'll try to go perfect you down, and the folks you thought were friends can start to bomb you around. But the gears all work together if they're greasy. So if you let it be, life is easy. Yeah, if you let it be, life is easy. Just hanging out at the Bitchin Kitchen, hanging out all night long, is easy, 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 easy. Life is easy. So if you're ever stuck for writing a song, just never forget going to the old GACD. It's amazing what you can do with those 4 chords that will inspire something. Like I remember one time I was driving down Interstate 5 South, and I picked up my friend in Encinitas, which is near San Diego, as you know, and my buddy ran a record store there called Off the Record, and his name Steve Foth. And then he ended up starting a record store in San Francisco and moved up there, and the record store was called Rocket Records, and it was on 9th and Judah, and it was a really cool store. And so this guy I was so close with, he's not with us here anymore on the planet, but God, I loved him so much, one of my best friends. And I'll never forget, I picked him up at work, and we were in his car. Some reason I had his Volkswagen van. He had one of those really cool split window Volkswagen vans that can't get over 50 miles an hour. And so we were driving down the freeway, and as we're getting on the freeway, there's this scariest guy hitchhiking, and he was like this. And then Steve goes, should I pick him up? And I go, shit. And he goes, what is it, boy? What is it? And then I just go, no. And he goes, why? Look at him. He'll cut us. He'll cut off our big toes and lock us in a trunk for like 99 years. And he'll eat us too. He's like a cannibalistic hitchhiker. And then Steve goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I grabbed the guitar and I went, G, A7, C, D. Can't go wrong. We wrote this song together. Hitchhiker Joe, he'll slit your throat and cut off your big toe. I tell you, he'll make you smile from ear to ear. Don't lock you in a trunk for 99 years. Don't do it now. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Don't do it, baby. Don't do it now. Bum, 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 bum. It's a John T song about cannibalism. I've had a cousin who came from Vermont. Next thing I know, that cousin was gone. Truck driver saw him picking up Hitchhiker Joe. Now his spleen's on the sidewalk, helping the flowers grow. Oh, don't pick up Hitchhiker Joe. He'll slit your throat and cut off your big toe. I tell you, he'll make you smile from ear to ear. Gonna lock you in a trunk for 99 years. Don't do it now. Bum, 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 bum. That's your part. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Don't do it, baby. Don't. My best friend Eddie called from LA, said we'd have dinner later that day. I got a feeling, and it's more than a hunch. My poor friend Eddie was that hitchhiker's lunch. Don't pick up Hitchhiker Joe. He'll slit your throat and cut off your big toe. I tell you, he'll make you smile from ear to ear. Gonna lock you in a trunk for 99 years. Don't do it now. All right, check out the bridge. I love bridges. I always have. Hitchhiker Joe ain't no vegetarian. If you see him on the highway, steer clear of him. He got a knife in his sock, a raise up his sleeve, a chainsaw in his pack. gonna make you bleed. Yeah. One more time, sing it now. All right, here's something, another little tidbit nobody knows this about. If you look at the video for this song, it's under my band, The Rugburns, Hitchhiker Joe, right? So, the third verse stars Jewel back before she got a record deal. And when we first started dating, and I go, will you be my girlfriend Lois? In the video, she goes, yeah. She goes, what's gonna happen to me? I go, oh, you'll see. My girlfriend Lois called from Tallahassee. She picked up that dude at the Spam Factory. That was the last time I saw her smile. My best advice is don't eat spam for a while. Don't pick up Hitchhiker Joe and slit your throat and cut off your big toe. I tell you, it'll make you smile from ear to ear. Don't lock you in a trunk. 99 years, don't do it now. Did anybody hear me do Simon and Garfunkel today? This will probably never get done again, so since a lot of people are filming it, it's good to get it on film, because I bet it'll never happen again. I would love it, yeah, if you stand here, right on this side of me. Okay, let's see here. This will take 1 second.
Hi, everybody.
But it's worth it that it'll take this long, because it's just a second. So here goes. So what it is we did a Simon and Garfunkel tribute today, and it was really fun. And they asked me to sing the song called 59th Street Bridge Song. And okay, I know where it is. It's right here. Are you ready? Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it like this.
Got it.
And
I'm gonna move it along.
yeah, and then you'll move it along there. Okay. So don't keep it warm, so every once in a while
Gotcha.
do that. Okay. Because I'm going to do the first way I did it, and then this morning when I woke up, every morning when I wake up, I have the exact same breakfast. So I'm 65 years old now. I just got on Medicare, and I am 97,
Yeah, no.
and but I just got on the old Medicare, and
Adam told us.
so I was this morning I had my oats, which is my favorite thing to have for breakfast, and I was traveling with my Bob's Red Mill 5-grain flaxseed oats, and on my rider, like most rock stars, have like Guinness, Jameson, Bushmills, tequila. Mine just says organic blueberries or organic bananas, please. And so that's all there is. Because then when I wake up in the morning, I make my own oats because I have a clean canteen. And then what I do is I put in 2/3 of those Bob's Red Mill oats into the clean canteen, and then I go, I pour the hot water in it because I travel my own electric kettle, and I pour it on there. This is a show, by the way. So, and I pour it on the thing, and then I stir the oats, put in a little salt, and I close up the thing. And then I would say this, but my phone will actually do it, and I don't want it to. But I always go, "Hey Siri, set a timer for 30
Oh,
minutes."
she's doing it.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
my
you have 30 minutes.
my Siri accent is from India because I like an Indian accent. So then Siri always goes, "I have set your alarm for 30 minutes." Hashtag Steve Poltz canceled. Okay, like you can't make fun of accents like that. No, but I had to just to let you know that's what Siri sounds like to me. Now, if I had Siri in German, I could say, "We can set yours for 30 minutes. There are ways of making you talk," and you'll never get canceled. Like as long as you live, you can always mock a German accent. Those people are fucked, man. I feel bad for them. Like it's not fair. I know so many nice Germans, and yeah, everybody's always able to do that. And let's not forget about the name Karen. What a bunch of bullshit that was. Like, I never thought that was cool. Like, why fuck over? Like, how did that happen? I know so many good Karens. So today, as your president, I make an executive order to stop using that name. So, anyways, I don't even know. Oh, yeah. So, I ate my oats. That's why I was telling you this. So, I ate my oats, and then I travel with my own tea. So, I put in the blueberries and the bananas. And then I have my tea, but I only like to have PG Tips English breakfast tea from England, and they call it builder's tea because like the construction dudes like to use it because supposedly it's got more caffeine. It's really good English breakfast tea. And then my wife Sharon gets me this really good organic powdered milk because I can't have milk, you know, on the thing because I'm traveling, I'm in a car. And so then I put in the powdered milk, but it always looks like, what kind of coke fiend was here when I leave? Because I always see like little lines of it, and sometimes just to remember the old days 20 years ago, I actually scrape it into a line and just look at it longingly and go, I remember when I could snort 20 of you. And then give my best friend a hand job. But, so, those were the days, my friends. So anyways, the only reason I told you about the tea, because the tea, like clockwork, then makes me go poop. So I was pooping, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta learn Feeling Groovy, because I gotta play it for the play shop this morning. This is how this all happened. And that reminded me that I go on these river trips sometimes, and I'm the musician. And when you're on the river trip, there's no bathrooms, and they have what's called a groover. And a groover is this round bucket you sit on, leaves grooves in your butt. Everybody poops in the groover. You do not poop outside. You don't leave it where you park your boat. There's like no trace you were there. You know, pick up all your trash. So you poop in this groover, and man, you don't want to be in the boat that holds the groover. If there's like 8 floats going down the river sometimes, because sometimes the wind changes, and you're like, oh. So that boat usually stays far away. But you're carting all these people's poop in the groover. So I thought Paul Simon would like it if I rewrote his words to talk about being on the groover as well. And I did it this morning. So here goes. So this will never be done again, and I apologize in advance if this subject just offends you. Okay. So I'll do this first, and then we'll go into it. Thank you, by the way. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last. Just skipping down the cobblestone, looking for fun and feeling groovy, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Feeling groovy, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Feeling groovy. Am I a good dancer? My wife? No. The only reason I'm asking is my wife says I'm not. But then I have these friends, and I'll play guitar solos and dance in front of them, and if they don't clap for me, they think I'll have them killed, and they call me Taliban Man. I'll be like this, I'll go, that's so good, Taliban Man, we love you. There's so many ways this show can get me canceled. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy Let the morning time drop all its paddles on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Feeling groovy, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, okay, can you stand more up there? Yes, I'm like Francis Ford Coppola here. Okay, that's a good angle. All right. Hurry up so you're not last. All that poop is coming up fast. There's a line that I must outmaneuver and sit my butt down on the groover, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. On the groover, ba-da-da-da-da-da. On the groover. Now this next verse, this really happened to me, so I'm so happy I get to do this. Hello, eagle, what you doing? Watching me outdoor pooing. Ain't you got no promises to keep? You dropped a turd on my head, you son of a beep. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. On the groover, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Let me hear you. Oh, guess what? You're in luck. There's one more verse I wrote. And Sharon heard me laughing and then heard the toilet flush. I was like, that's all I have time for. All right. I got no seeds to poo, no corn to show. I'm dappled and cramped up and ready to blow. Let the bluebirds and ospreys all crop down on me. Life, I love you, I'm finally pooping. On the groover, let me hear it. On the groover, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. On the groover, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Thank you.
How'd I do?
You did great. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
That's my newest song. How was the Poltz show? Dude, he's changed. He was going really good. No, he was doing good songs, and then it just, I don't know. I've never seen him again, I know that. Oh my Lord. Isn't it fun? One time I was in Shelby Park where I live. It's right by my house in East Nashville, Tennessee. And so I was in the park, and then there was this Canadian dude coming by me, and Canadians, we know each other. Because like both of us will go, sorry, no, you. Like, there was this cartoon I saw once in the newspaper, and it said Mexican standoff, and it showed two people standing with guns in front of each other, and then below it said Canadian standoff, and it was two guys by a door with one guy going, you first, no, you first, no, you first. So all these jokes are like seriously borderline wrong. I'm so sorry. And I feel your sphincters tightening around my fist, and I like it. Honey, smell my new boyfriend. Okay, that's my wife. I feel so bad for her. Jaffe, never remind me that I played this show. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I know. And I'm gonna try, thank 'em for all the good times together. Though so apart, we've grown. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, it won't be long, won't be long, won't be long, won't be long. So I'm in Shelby Park, and I go by this Canadian guy, Steve Dawson. He goes, "Hey, Poltz, what are you doing 6 months from now on this date?" And I go, "I don't know." And then he said, "Could you pull out your phone?" So I did. And then he goes, "What's your passcode?" And I couldn't remember it, so I just stood there talking to him. And that's my story. No. So this is a guy with no point to his story at all. So the guy from Canada goes, "Hey, I want to fly you up to Vancouver." And I go, "Cool." He goes, "You're going to play a show 2 nights in a row, and the shows are already sold out at the K-Made Theater." And I go, "Great." And I think I'm just doing my songs. He goes, "But here's the rub. All you're doing is 2 songs, and they're both Neil Young songs." And I was like, no, that's cool. And then I go, "Wait, how much did you say?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll do that." And I took a shower to wipe the scent of horror off me. And then he picked the 2 songs, and this is one of them, off of a Neil Young record called Old Ways. So I would never be playing this had I not gone for a walk that day. Do you see where inspiration strikes? And I'm gonna thank that old country fiddler and all of them rough kids playing that rock and roll. And I never tried to burn any bridges, though I know I let some good things go. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, it won't be long, won't be long. One of these days, do it right. From down in LA all the way to Nashville, New York City to my Canadian prairie home. My friends are scattered like leaves from an old maple. Some are weak, some are strong. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, come on, you guys. God. My sister used to play piano. My sister would play piano, and my Uncle Louie, who raised us, my Uncle Louie would be playing it, and he couldn't see me because his back was to me, and I would act. I mean, I was the worst younger brother. I was like 5, 6 years old, and she'd be learning piano, and I'd be behind her going, and act like I was conducting. I wouldn't have a shirt on. I'd just be in my underwear, moving my hips, and my sister would be crying. Oh my God, it was my whole life's goal was just to make Kathy laugh, because I could make her laugh uncontrollably. So like, we'd be at church, and my mom was so Catholic, my mom and dad, and so I was an altar boy. The priest would come over to our house on Sundays, everything, man. Full Catholic. I'm talking strict. I could not get even an A-. I had to get straight A's. Like, so, oh my gosh. So my sister and I, we would sit, and then the priest would be doing mass, and when he would get to the part of the Lord's Prayer, which is, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. I was able to sit here, and Kathy's here, and my mom here, and then my dad. So I was able to make my voice. I learned vocal control really young. And so I was able to do the Lord's Prayer with a French accent, like at the age of 7 years old. And so only Kathy could hear it. So like the priest would start, and then I'd go, Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Look at her, I go, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and not that shitty Wonder Bread. We don't want that shitty fucking Wonder Bread. And then I turn like this, and then Kathy would be going, and she would fall out of the thing on the ground, and my mom would go, look at me and go, stop it, Kathy, grab her. She'd go, what is wrong with her? And I'd look at my mom, and I'd go, I have no idea. But I'd say it so good like that it even scared me that I was that good at it. And she'd be going, he's doing the Lord's Prayer in a French accent. God. I want to say I was a good brother, but now that I'm on stage, I'm not sure. I can still make her laugh like that too. It's great. She was always my best audience. And my dog, of course. Had this dog who was so cute. God, I loved him so much. His name was Bojo. First we named him Bojangles, and then we got him, at the pound. He was going to be killed, and we got to go and we picked him out. It was like the happiest day of my life. And we were living in Palm Springs, California. We had immigrated from where I was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And so there we were, and we go to the pound, and there's Bojo. Oh my God, he was such a cool dog. So we named him Bojangles and started calling him Bojo. And then for some reason, I don't know why, I started calling him Honey. I think because he was honey colored. And I was like only 6 years old or something. And then I started calling him Hunson. And then I came up with my first rhyme for a song, Hunson a Dunson. And I go, I'm a songwriter. Like, it's my first memory of it hitting me. Hunson a Dunson. I wrote in my little 7-year-old Scrabble handwriting like that. And then the only song I really liked on the radio were 2 songs by Herman's Hermits. And then those guys sang with an English accent. So I thought, well, I have to write the song with an English accent. How many accents have I done tonight? I'm like Rich fucking Little here. So, anyways, so I go. So, I say to myself, I'm going to write a song for Bojo, but it's got to be in an English accent because the band Herman's Hermits had a song that went, Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. And then they also had, I'm an a for yum, and a for yum, I am. So I was like, and my voice hadn't changed yet. So the first song I wrote was for my dog, and this title is Hunson a Dunson. And one day I'm going to record it, but pretend I'm 6 or 7 years old. Here goes. Hunson a Dunson, where's your bunsen? I thought I saw it the other day. Was it walking or was it talking? I don't know. I could not say. That's it. And he would jump up and lick my face. And that was my first encore because he'd go, for me to sing it again. God bless him. He was the best dog ever. Oh, man. I loved him so much. Anyways, so this is a song I wrote with my friend Molly Tuttle. And I just love this song so much. And here goes. Well, I won't forget the first time that I saw you. You were waving by the screen on the 4th of July. And I marvel what a sight to behold you. And I fell into the spell of your wandering eye. And I believe in heaven now it's true. I can hear the angels sing for you. All I know is a feeling when it's right. I'll meet you out at the fireworks tonight. Well, the horses, they get spooked by the pounding and the colors all around us on the 4th of July. My heart is beating fast and it's sounding like the thunder in the clouds when I look in your eyes. And I believe in heaven now it's true. I can hear the angels sing for you. All I know is a feeling when it's right. I'll meet you out by the fireworks tonight. I remember when me and Molly wrote this, we needed a third verse. And I go, do you got anything? And she goes, not yet. And then I go like this. Well, the quilt of life is made of many patches, and the stitches all look seamless on the 4th of July. And I go, I don't know what to say next. And she goes, hang on a second. And she left the room we were writing in. She sat out there for about 3 minutes, and then she comes in with the stanza. And everybody thinks of Molly Tuttle. She's obviously a shredder guitarist and a wonderful person, great human. But man, she's a great lyricist. So check this out. You spark my heart just like a book of matches, and I love to fall asleep beside your heavenly light. And I believe in everything that's true. I can hear the angels sing for you. All I know is a feeling when it's right. I'll meet you out by the fireworks tonight. Man, that was a beautiful little moment. And it was so fun playing it last night with Molly. She just makes everything sounds better. You know what I mean? Molly makes everything better. Till the next day. You can't find your keys. So yeah, that song I did earlier where I said go to G, A, C, D. So we recorded that, and that was what was so fun. Andy Frasco comes over to my house in Nashville, let's write songs. So we wrote that song, and then he goes, I'm going to see if I can get Billy Strings to play on it. And I go, yeah, let's both text him at the same time. And sure enough, Billy goes, yeah, I'll play on it. And then we go, let's see if we get Daniel Donato to play on it. We both text Daniel at the same time. And then Andy goes, let's see if we can get Mike Gordon to play bass. And I didn't have Mike's number, but Andy did. So he texted him, and Mike Gordon from Fish laid down the bass. I mean, this is crazy. So the single comes out on Spotify and says, Andy Frasco and the UN featuring Billy Strings, Steve Poltz, Daniel Donato, Mike Gordon. And all of a sudden, in like 1 week, my monthly Spotify listeners shot up like 1 million people. Like, for like, well, that song was being spun a lot because it came out like 2 months ago. I was rich. I mean, I didn't make money, but I was rich in listeners. I was talking like Billy Strings rich. I was like, what the fuck? Like, normally it's like monthly listeners, Steve Poltz, 8. No, Billy Strings like 20 million. All of a sudden it was like, Steve Poltz, 20 million. I was like, who? Is there a different me? Oh my God. All right. Here's that. I was sitting one day, and we were in a hotel room in Mexico, and we wrote this song, and I didn't know this song would send my parents on an Alaskan cruise. Like, this shit sold so many records that now when I look back on it, I go, we almost never got the words because it flew out of my Isuzu Trooper on the way back from Mexico. And been camping out in Mexico, you know, down there, as you do. Drove all the way down to Bahia de San Luis Gonzaga. If you go down Baja California pretty far, you can get down there. And anyways, we wrote this song down there, and on the way back, Jewel goes, that's the song. It flew out of the window. And I go, it's cool. We got Food Stamp Love, which is this other song we wrote down there, which by your reaction, nobody's ever heard, right? In my mind, it was the greatest song ever written. This song's so fucking good. And the chorus, it was about your lover doling out love to you like you're on a government assistance food stamp plan. Like, just unimaginative love. And so the chorus went, I'm sick of your food stamp love. And it was such a good hook. I'm sick of your food stamp love. And Jewel goes to me, I don't know about that song. And she goes, the other one, You Remember Me, that just flew out of the fucking window, I think that song has potential. And I go, no, leave that. We've got food stamp love. And then thank God Jewel goes, and she never gets mad like that, but she was like, turn the fucking car around. So I did. And the song was on this napkin, and it landed in a gutter, and there was water running, so it was like, you were meant for me. Like, I was trying to figure out what the chorus even said. And then we came back. Next thing I know, Atlantic Records starts coming down to this coffee house where Jewel was playing, because Jewel said to me, this is what's funny about it, I was in the Rugburns, and she goes, how can I get a following as big as the Rugburns? She didn't have a following yet, and that made me feel pretty good. Like, we could sell out like a pub, you know, like with like 80 people. we were making a living, okay? And so she was like, the Rugburns are like, we were like U2 to her. And so she goes, what should I do? And this is me giving advice, which for some reason I'm good at that for other people. And I go, here's what you do. We're going to drive around, you and me. We're going to find a coffee house where nobody's playing. They have never had music there. And we're going to see what the owner's like. And then we're going to find our favorite one, and you're going to play there every Thursday night. She goes, really? And I go, yeah. And just hand out flyers. You'll play there every Thursday night without fail. So Jewel starts handing out flyers. We find this place called the Interchange, INNERCHANG, like change from within. So we're at the Interchange, and this lady, Nancy, who was so sweet, this old woman, she was great. She loved it. So Jewel starts coming in, and she's writing these long poems and showing up one day in lederhosen, the next day in like weird plaid pantsuits, like we would just go thrift store shopping. She'd be on the mic, but she had like this thing about her, you know? It was crazy. And so that next thing you know, the place just starts getting packed. So Jewel had moved in from her bus to living with me at Windansea, this beach in La Jolla. So we go one day, and she plays the interchange, and then all of a sudden all these record labels come down. She gets signed to Atlantic Records. Holy shit, a huge record deal. Then Neil Young comes down with his sound crew and tapes her from the outside and goes, Jewel, why don't you come up and live at my ranch in the Santa Cruz Mountains, make the record there, and I'll have Ben Keith produce it, my pedal steel player in the Stray Gators. And Jewel's like, all right, can Poltz come? And Neil goes, yeah, Poltz can come. So we go up there and we live in Elliot Roberts' place on Neil Young's property. Elliot Roberts was his manager at Lookout, and Elliot was going to be gone. So Elliot goes, you can have our apartment right next to Neil Young's house. Here I am, a dude who was in the Rugburns, like playing on the streets, living at Neil Young's ranch all of a sudden. And Atlantic Records was like, the hit is You Remember Me. And I was like, you want to hear Food Stamp Love? Like fucking queering the record deal, but I meant it, and I wasn't even being funny. And so they go, I guess so. So I played it for them. They go, not only do we never want to hear that song again, don't ever even say food stamp or love. There's a moratorium for you. So we move into Neil Young's ranch, and we start making the record, and we're living there, and Neil Young cannot believe how much food I could eat. But dudes, I never knew when my next meal was going to come to me. And so there we were, and Neil Young had his own chef. Cookie was his name. And Neil Young was freaking out by how much I could eat for breakfast. So then he tells everybody the day we recorded You Were Meant For Me, he goes like this. He goes, don't tell Poltzy. We'll all weigh ourselves to act like it's normal. But I'm fucking freaking out by how much this guy's eating. And so all the band, which is Kenneth Buttrey, the drummer, who, by the way, was the drummer on Rainy Day Women, number 1238, Bob Dylan. He does that thing that goes, ra-da-da-da-da-da-dun. That's the song, Everybody Must Get Stoned. Ra-da-da-da. That's Kenneth Buttrey. I'm all of a sudden, here I am talking to Kenneth Buttrey, Tim Drummond, the bass player from the Stray Gators, Ben Keith, who played the pedal steel guitar on Patsy Cline's Crazy, the original recording, who was in the Stray Gators, and then Neil Young checking in on us. And I'm on guitar, Jules singing. It was amazing. So that we go in that morning, and I just see everybody standing on a scale, and I was like, okay. I don't know why. So they go, get on the scale. We're going to just weigh each other today. And you know, when you're me, and you're around fucking Neil Young and the Stray Gators, it's not like I'm going to go, why are you doing that? I would have done anything he said. Like anything. Drink this horse piss. Okay. And so I stood on the scale, and everybody did it, and I was 147 pounds. And so then I ate breakfast, and man, I was eating it so much, so I had 6 blueberry pancakes, 4 fried eggs, 6 pieces of bacon, 6 sausage links, and then I go, you got any granola? And I hit the granola. I'm shoving more in, and I go, can you make waffles? And so he does, gives me a waffle. Got any whipped cream? Yeah. Strawberries. Ate the whole thing, and I thought I was just gonna vomit. And I stood up, and they go, okay, we're going to record You Were Meant For Me, but we're all standing on the scale again. And I was like, I'm not going to question them. And then everybody stands on it, and I stand on the scale, and I was 152.5 pounds. And I swear to God, Neil Young goes, God damn, that was a 5.5 pounder. I got out the guitar, and I just went. Clock is 6 a.m. I feel so far from where I've been. I got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks, make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off of the mirror, don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. So then Jewel goes, let's write a second verse. And I go, okay, when we say you were meant for me and I was meant for you, let's really make it kind of like the guys at stalk her. So he's going to be under her bed. And so every time she wakes up, she looks down and he's like this, I'm here. And she goes to me, God bless her, because this is what saved my life. She goes, we're not going to Poltzerize this song. Poltzerize became a verb for just taking a song and just tanking it. Why? Because you can. See, I can write the hooks and everything, but you just leave me alone and I will fuck a song up. I called my mom, but she was out for a walk. I consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk. Picked up the paper, it was more bad news. More hearts being broken, more people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. Saw a movie, but it wasn't the same. 'Cause it was happy, man, I was sad. It made me miss you, oh so bad. 'Cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see. You were meant for me, and I was meant for you. I go about my business, I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on my side? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Oh man, my mom and dad were so proud of me when this song came out. Finally, I did something. Like, when I was in the Rugburns, they wouldn't tell anybody. They would actually call up and go, what is this song, Dick's Automotive? They were just disgusted by the songs I was writing. Oh, Stephen, that one song was sweet. Why can't all the songs be sweet, Stephen? And then all of a sudden, they were just embarrassed to tell people because on the Rugburns records, I'm wearing a pink dress, being chased down train tracks with 3 guys chasing me, trying to kill me. Another record called Morning Wood. Songs like Sky Fucking Line of Toronto. Like stuff that my parents just couldn't call their friends and say, our son's a musician. They would just change the subject really fast. How's Steve's doing? Oh, he's doing good, yeah. Is he ever doing good, eh? And then all of a sudden, this song comes out. My dad would go to the bank. You know, Jewel? You know the song You Were Meant For Me? And he'd start singing to him. You were meant for me, and I was meant for you. He goes, that's my son. My son wrote that. They were so proud. That's all I had to do. I brush my teeth, I put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up and I turn the sheets down. I take a drink and a good look around. I put on my PJs and I hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I tell myself it'll all be alright. I shouldn't think anymore tonight, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see. You were meant for me, and I was meant for Chef Rody. You were meant for me, and I'm always meant for Chef Rody. Cooking that fried chicken, cooking that fried chicken. I love you. Man, I got time for one final song. Thank you so much. This really is my favorite gig of High Sierra. There's something about every time Chef Rody texts me, like about 2 months prior to High Sierra, I'll get a text. Hey, it's Rode. What day works for you? And he knows I'm always going to say yes. And he always lets me pick when I want to come here. And it's like the highlight of my fiesta. Like, please don't come see me again. Because I just won't, I'll never be this good. So, in fact, never come to a future show. If I see any of you assholes at a future show, I'll get you kicked out. I'm the Taliban man. Hashtag callback. Okay. So, you heard me mention a song, Dick's Automotive, right? Would you like to hear it? This will get to the other side so you can see why my parents weren't proud of me. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it like this. If I do it like this, can you hear me? There's something about this song that works better if I don't have a mic, and I don't know why. Because this is how I always do it when I go to Australia. And the Australians, for whatever reason, go nuts for this song. And the song was written when I was in a van and I was going to a wedding in Santa Cruz. And a tow truck drove by, and on the tow truck, it said Dick's Automotive. And I was with my partner in the Rugburns, Rob Driscoll, and I started laughing. He goes, what are you laughing at? And I go, I just wrote a song called Dick's Automotive. He goes, about that tow truck? I go, yeah. And he goes, but it just passed us. I go, I've seen the whole thing. So I saw the whole thing happen in my mind. And when that thing came by, I actually wrote a song. It was one of the few times this has ever happened to me where the whole song was written in 5 seconds. And then weird miracle, weird strange shit happened after that. Everywhere we went, people would go, Dick's Automotive! The Rugburns could not play a show. If we didn't do Dick's Automotive, oh my God, it would be like Barry Manilow not doing Copacabana. Like, not good. So every show we had to do it, and I was like getting tired of singing the song. And I had written a song that got on the soundtrack to this movie Notting Hill in the future, but I had just written it when I was in the Rugburns, and the song was a really soft song called I Love Everything About You. Just a beautiful song. A lot of people got married to it. And so I was doing that song. I was like, and these are Rugburns fans, right? And I had just written this song, and this song pissed the audience off, I guess, because they were like, why? But the song meant so much to me, and it just seemed beautiful. And so you can't help what you write. The heart wants what the heart wants in a song. And I'll always write one weird song, one this song, one that. But here's the goal. Here's what we're talking about. I'm sorry that I'm chatty, but these guys gave me a cup of coffee. And so, anyways, I'm teaching a songwriting workshop August 26th to the 29th in Woodstock, New York. A place called Big Indian Resort. It's beautiful. And I got 3 of my friends to come be teachers with me. Mary Gaucher, she's just one of the best songwriters ever. My friend Bob Schneider from Austin, Texas. And my friend Ryan Montbleu. And so the 4 of us are going to teach songwriting. I've done this before. So it's called the Steve Poltz Song Factory. He's done it. We did Bahutensee. And we make you write songs. And even if you've never written a song in your life, come. You can come. It doesn't matter. You will write a song. And every night we have cool open mics. I play a show each night. So does Bob Schneider. So does Mary Gaucher and Ryan Montbleu. We do songs. And you're with all these people. Come and let your freak flag fly. If you want to do it, the info's up online somewhere, but it's Steve Poltz Song Factory. So I had written I Love Everything About You. The song ends up in Notting Hill, but here's what the song sounds like. So imagine what I went through. I thought this was so pretty, and I still do. But I had also written Dick's Automotive. And sometimes you only get one kind of fan who wants one side of you. So I was like, hey, you guys, I just wrote this song called I Love Everything About You. Not knowing that it's just like, dude, wrong place. But I was so proud of the song. Even the other Rugburns guys were like, oh, shit. What's happened to him? It was like this. I learned that from my wife. Okay. Not that. What I mean is, she said to me once, you know, when you talk about Medicare on stage, it's like. So here I am playing I Love Everything About You to these guys. I love everything about you. I love the way you comb your hair. And I love the way you sashay in the room. Your perfume lingers in the air. I love everything about you. All about you. So I was doing that song, right? And all I'm hearing is, Dick's Automotive! Dick's Automotive! In that moment, I was like, I wish I never fucking wrote Dick's Automotive. And I apologize to you, Dick's Automotive, right now, because I know you hear me saying this in my head. Oh, you bet I do. And what I'd like to say is, no, I love you. I love you. And I love that you became such a popular song. But I wrote this other song, and I want you two songs to meet. So in my head right now, they're like, that one's fucking that other song up the ass right now. So Dick's Automotive is there. And now I've made peace with it again, and I've re-fallen in love with it. And part of the funny thing is Weird Al Yankovic would always come see my band, the Rugburns, and we'd be at like the Troubadour in L.A., some sold-out show, and he'd go, can I get tickets? He'd sit backstage by me, and Weird Al would always go, are you going to do Dick's Automotive? Are you going to do Dick's Automotive? I was like, fuck, I can't get away from the song. And he liked it so much. He wrote a song based on our song, and his song's called Albuquerque. So if you compare Albuquerque to Dick's Automotive, it's crazy. He does my phrasing, everything. But we weren't such a famous band where he went, oh, we're imitating Michael Jackson. It was just like, everybody else was like, who's the fucking Rugburns? We don't care, you're Weird Al. This is how close I've been. 30 feet from stardom. So please don't ever remind me of this show. Okay. So here's Dick's Automotive. And thank you again to Chef Brody. John was living in Ocean Beach, California with his girlfriend Jewel. When he decided one day, hey Jewel, let's move up north to Northern California where the air is clear and the skies are blue. They have more traditional family values. What you say, Jewel? So they loaded up their car and they moved to a one-bedroom trailer behind the bowling alley, behind the Lucky Supermarket. 2 more blocks to the south of Dick's Automotive. Dick's Automotive. Dick's Automotive. Dick's Automotive. John applied for a job at Dick's Automotive and Dick came to the door and he said, tell me, Johnny boy, can you rotate the tires on a 72 Subaru? He said, no. Can you rebuild a Holly 4-bell carburetor on a 69 Camaro with a big old Hertz Chevron? He said, no. Do you have a girlfriend with big pink nipples and biceps like Henry Rollins? Can she scream like a hyena in the summer of love? He said, yes. Dick said, boy, then you're hired at Dick's Automotive. Dick's Automotive. That's your part. Dick's Automotive. Dick's Automotive. John learned all the necessary tools of the trade. He learned how to rebuild a Holly 4-bell carburetor on a 69 Camaro with a big old Hertz Chevron. Learned how to bondo up the side of a 72 Pinto. Learned how to rotate the tires on a 72 Subaru. Dick gave him his service stripes. One day he said, there's a little old lady and her car's broken down near the Byantine Winery in the Santa Cruz Mountains. You gotta help her, man. Go, Shiva, go. Ruff, ruff. Now in Australia, they do the bark and they get so into it. Go, Shiva, go. Ruff, ruff. Go, Shiva, go. So John went on his his way to help out the little old lady near the Byantine Winery in the Santa Cruz Mountains. And about that time, Dick glued back on his dentures, glued back on his toupee, and he said, I wonder if Julie's having trouble to open up a can of peaches right now. I'm gonna bring along a blowtorch and see if she needs some help. So he hiked up back down the road from the Lucky Supermarket to the one-bedroom trailer, and he knocked on the door of the one-bedroom trailer. And Julie came to the door, and she said, hello, Dick. I was just having trouble opening up a can of peaches. So he started up a blowtorch, boom, and all the peach juice ran down his veins. And she poured it into the Tupperware that her mother used to sell in Ocean Beach, California. And he said, hey, babe, we're going on a picnic. 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 Louder. We're going on a picnic. So about that time, Dick drove Julie up to the middle of the forest, and he tied her up to a tree, and he gave her 56.5 hits of brown acid he had left over from Woodstock. And about that time, there was a mommy deer walking through the forest with the baby deer. And he said, oh, come here, little deer, I have some food for you. And he opened up one of Julie's palms. He poured in some granola and some strychnine. And the mommy deer said to the baby deer, I better eat it first because it could be poisonous. But really, the mommy deer was a glutton and wanted all the granola. You see why Weird Al had to change all the words? See, I Poltzerized this shit. So the mommy deer ate the poison granola, but the mommy deer's heart was stronger than the baby deer's heart. And when the baby deer ate the poison granola, it died! Flat shooby-doo on down. Ted Nugent came through the forest with a bow and arrow and shot the mommy deer dead. But then, Sean was driving back down the road after helping out the little old lady near the Byantine Winery with the Santa Cruz Mountains over by where Neil Young lives, and he saw Dick's 57 Chevy parked on the side of the road. He said, I'm going to bring along a blowtorch and an ice pick just in case they need help. And he hiked through the forest. He saw the love of his life, Julie, on a dirty brown piece of Berber carpet. He saw Dick on the ground with his toupee and dentures off, and Julie and Dick were making love. And he started up a blowtorch and he welded their bodies together, and he stabbed them each 56.5 times for each hit of acid they took. And then he gave the deer mouth to snout resuscitation, and lo and behold, the mommy deer came back to life. Lo and behold, the baby deer came back to life. But then Ted Nugent was still hiding in a tree and shot the mommy deer dead again. What an asshole. And that's why this week at the McDonald's in downtown Quincy, you can get McNugents for $1.49. You see why my dad didn't brag about this shit? And he said, mommy deer, dead. Baby deer, alive. Mommy deer, dead. Baby deer, alive. Mommy deer, dead. Baby deer, alive. Mommy deer, dead. Farrell. A Dick's Automotive. Dick's Automotive. So college DJs used to play this song because they could go take a shit during it because it was so long. I had more college DJs come up and go, that's the best shit taking song. And so we were getting played a lot on this station called K-Otter in the Central Coast. And this song would get played and all the DJs loved it, but this one woman was so mad about the lyrics of the song. She said, if you play this again, I'm going to drive my car through the front door of your radio station. And the DJ played it again. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, she drove through the front door and destroyed the front door. Didn't kill anyone. She got injured. They had to tow the car away. And then they had to have a meeting and they went, I don't think we can play Dick's Automotive anymore. Oh, you think? But
But now they play the Weird Al version, Albuquerque. It takes some morning, come on. Takes some morning, come on.
Takes some morning. There was a man, and this man had a dream. This man had a dream to build something in the desert. And he got involved in a little festival called High Sierra Music Festival. This man had a vision and guts. And he went through many changes with partners. And last year we lost our beloved Roy Carter. God bless him, we loved him so much. And this festival was gonna die. And this man said, I'm not gonna let it die. One person left in the field all alone. And he said, if you build it, they will come. And he got worried. He thought it wasn't gonna happen. But this man, full of vision and guts, made the dream come true for all of us. And as I stand here on this mountain testifying on a Friday night at the Chef Rody Bitchin Kitchen show in honor of the great Chef Larry, who, God bless him, I love so much. I gotta say, this man who kept this festival alive is here right now. Stand up, please. Please stand up, Dave Margulies. God bless you, brother. This is my favorite fucking High Sierra. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Come on. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Say it. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Let me hear you. This is my favorite. It takes Sodom. Come on. Takes Sodom. Takes Sodom. Dave, come up here, buddy. God bless you. Give it up for Dave Margulies.
You gotta say at least something.
You gotta say something.
Well, I got a text from a dear friend of mine who's here, and he didn't know I was here, and he texted me. He's like, I met Steve Poltz, best show of the weekend.
Dave, I've known you a long time, and what I love about you, you care, you're empathetic, and you have a competitive drive. You play tennis a few times a week, and you get fucking pissed when you lose. And you do not take losses easy. You don't take no for an answer. You're stubborn as a mule, and that's the only reason we're standing here, because of your competitive edge, and also your kindness, and also your brilliant vision of going, you know what? I'm not going to hire a $250,000 act. I can't. We're about to go out of business, but we're still going to pull it off. And it's going to be fucking awesome because it's always been about the music. And this is like the beginning of it when it happened, and you were thinking that way, and you keep building it. I just want you to know, I appreciate you. I look at you. I see you as one of my dear friends, and God bless you, brother. Thanks for listening. I'm playing a lot more this weekend. Woo!
Thank you for coming out. Can I unplug this? Thanks, buddy. Thank you.